There have been a few updates in the Johnny Somali situation, and it's perfectly encapsulated with that very clip right there because, he had a bit of a meltdown after his trial went down a couple of weeks ago in the wee morning hours of this past weekend. And, I heard the Korean police arrested him again after Legal Mindset puts out this clip, the best 6-second visual metaphor for what happened to Ramsey Khalid Ismael last night. And what exactly are we talking about? I'm not going to play the video, mostly because it's absolutely insane. So what really happened that day when Johnny Somali pranced around half naked in South Korea? Why are you okay? Well, right after Johnny Somali stalked, the girl that wasn't that the chick that he made AI deepfakes about? The very next day here's the unedited video, which I guess you can watch if you're so inclined, but I'm not going to put anybody through that. We could just simply recap what has gone on. But Johnny Somali unbanned on Party as platform accused of deleting evidence during ongoing South Korea trial because, he streamed all of that stuff on that Party app. His account got taken down for 24 hours, and it really looked like he was trying to scrub a bunch of evidence and content off of there because he knows eventually, the chickens will come home to roost, and he's going to be going to jail for a while. Streamer Johnny Somali, born Ramsey Khalid Ismael, was unbanned from the Party platform just 24 hours after a suspension, a move that has sparked backlash over the platform's handling of alleged evidence. Ismael has faced legal action in South Korea since November of 2024, when he was charged with obstruction of a business for disrupting a 7-Eleven store. He's also allegedly played North Korea propaganda in public and delayed transport, prompting further scrutiny. His trial began in early March 2025, and reports suggested additional charges may be forthcoming. Despite these legal proceedings, Ismael resumed streaming shortly after his brief suspension. On March 22nd, Party issued the ban, but it was lifted the next day. He has since indicated plans to continue creating content. Legal commentator Legal Mindset shared Discord messages allegedly from a Party developer that appeared to discuss removing stream footage to prevent Korean authorities from accessing it. One message read, "We should delete the vid, erase the evidence from the erase the evidence from the Korean feds, lol." According to Legal Mindset, the platform showed no sincere intent to punish, and then the short suspension functioned more like a marketing tactic than a disciplinary measure. But their Discord leaked messages. Do we know for sure if that's going to be from anybody credible that's over there? And even still, like that right there, evidence tampering, that's probably even worse than the evidence that you're trying to get rid of if we're going to keep it a buck, because what's already out there is already pretty damning towards him. According to Legal Mindset, the commentator also clarified that Ismael is unable to stream temporarily due to an issue with his stream key, not because of an active ban. Another Discord message confirmed that Somali intends to resume streaming once the issue is fixed. The legal expert warned that additional charges could follow and noted a brief suspension may only embolden Somali and his online community, raising fresh concerns about the platform's approach to content moderation and accountability. Because outside of the Somali situation, haven't really heard a damn thing about Party, mostly because he's kind of the only reason to be on there at this point in time, just to see the dumpster fire that is currently emulating in South Korea. But like it was indicated before, Johnny Somali has been arrested again. When are they just going to go ahead and keep this asshole in jail? Controversial content creator Johnny Somali has once again been arrested for his outlandish on-stream antics, receiving a ban from yet another streaming platform at the same time. The growth of streaming and online content creators naturally led to many streamers, to bring fans more involved with their lives outside the stream, with IRL streams being the bane of everyone's existence. Popular streamer. Was he ever really popular, or was he more just outrageous? And he ended up catching way too much attention for getting knocked the fuck out in Japan, and then taking his antics mobile to South Korea, where he's been since, September? And if it wasn't for the goodwill of his good buddy Hank there, he would be out on his ass, which, oh no. What a shame and loss for society. But yes, the controversial names in the streaming space, thanks to his on-stream antics, Somali has already been banned from many of the most popular streaming platforms, Twitch, YouTube, kick as well, for disrespectful and often offensive and illegal behaviors, rather. Another streamer has even found himself in legal trouble as a result of his actions. Now Somali's actions have landed him in more legal hot water in South Korea, as reported by Dixerto. And Johnny Somali found himself on the wrong side of South Korean law enforcement yet again. Recent reports suggest that Somali has been arrested by South Korean police after taunting and antagonizing police officers while parading around Seoul in his boxers. I seen the clip. You guys don't have to see it, mostly because you don't need to see some skinny fat freak on the side of the road doing some very odd gyrating, which I saved you guys. I allowed you to dodge that bullet. The incident led Somali to receive a ban from yet another streaming platform, with Party following YouTube and Twitch's lead in suspending his account. But we've already leapfrogged that coverage, and he's already back, sort of, kind of, potentially. And that Somali's most recent on-stream incident comes as the streamer stands to face significant jail time within South Korea. Johnny Somali's court hearing earlier this month saw him plead guilty to obstruction of a business in front of a South Korean judge, and is also charged with violating South Korea's Minor Crimes Act. And the streamer's multiple charges could potentially see him facing prison sentence of up to 10 years, God willing, just for his 2 counts of obstruction of business alone. And because the trial is still ongoing and being, stretched out even further, he could end up, going to jail for a while and getting stretched out even further. The chaotic downfall of the popular streamer has seen a little sympathy from, everybody, really, because I don't really know anybody who's advocating this freak, and whenever he tries to attach himself to anybody else, they disassociate from him like he's throwing up ISIS gang signs. The popular streamer Asmongold has previously rallied against Johnny Somali, suggesting that Somali's blatant disregard for South Korean law deserves the punishment he is receiving. I agree. Other creators like Legal Mindset, has been following this stuff exceptionally closely and echoed the sentiment, criticizing Somali for disrespecting the South Korean courts by showing up hungover to his court appearance, making a mockery out of himself in the gallery, and just turning up to your court hearing like this, thinking that you're going to be able to stream the proceedings on Party. It's just, he's an asshole. There's no two ways about it, because on top of just being a public nuisance, you're obviously going to have additional charges, just circling back to this Nana situation. On the night Johnny Somali stalked Nana, he entered this hookah bar in Korea. Here, Johnny Somali broke a bottle and didn't care, drove out 2 customers, ordered a drink, and left without paying. If anyone can contact the bar, yes, they have an obstruction of business on Johnny. Exactly. And as Andrew points out, the owners of this hookah bar have a solid obstruction charge against Johnny Somali if they decide to file. So it's just, the longer this asshole just goes out on the streets, he can't behave himself, and I don't really know if that's generating any sort of attention, negative or positive. I can't comprehend how anybody could think that this is the proper way to go about things, how you don't end up in jail. I guess you just have this air of entitlement after growing up in the United States for so long. Okay, talking about him specifically, right? Somali we're talking about. And then just trying to extrapolate that out to the rest of the world, thinking that, I pulled a fast one on the Japanese government, and you think that, after doing that stuff, coming clean on a podcast saying, I lied in front of a judge, what are they going to do about it this time around? And then just ramping up your antics in regards to just simply elevating your station from being a simple public nuisance, like what you were doing in Tokyo, and then just moving and making yourself a cultural disgrace, like what you did with the World War II statues, blaring North Korean propaganda, and then also flaunting South Korea's very strict drug laws as well. He's already pleaded guilty to a couple of charges, like we've seen before and talked about in previous videos as well. And when new charges continue to get handed down as this year will go on, not entirely sure what the wrap-up date on his trial in general is going to be, but it's going to take a while. He's going to be there for a minute, and when everything's all said and done, he could end up being there for years on end. But to be completely honest, couldn't happen to a better guy. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.